Chicago.
Okay, and here's your standard run from Saturday.
You are rocking my world, lady.
Perhaps you'd like to tell me why you're ransacking my home.
Ransacking your home. Well, it has a distinctive ringtone.
Again with the start say. You didn't need it as bad here.
What does that mean?
But it's like as soon as you turn away, she breaks.
American expression that means
That was okay. That was a little borderline.
take that. I'd hate to have to hit a sweet old Victorian lady.
I, on the other hand, have no problem shooting one.
She's happy. I can see her tail wagging. That was good. That was a good girl. Okay, so that was pretty good actually. Let's see. Okay, so the start lines say, you face her, and as soon as you turn away, she breaks. So, either you need to be more prepared for that, or you need to face her longer. I think that you could, from here, back up. So you back up, you stay in the exact same position you're in right now, with your hand up and you're staring at her. See how she's not even looking at you? But I think you should try it, because maybe it will get you a little bit of a lead out. If you just back up in this exact position, like to the tire. You know, I mean, you didn't really need it in this particular course, but it's something to work on. And I don't like how she's not looking at you. I think she should be looking at you. So, I don't know if you've trained a look at me or something, but I mean, she's just totally looking through the tire into the dog walk right now, so she never looks at you. You were across that. That was good. And you still managed to get a good stop there, so that was actually pretty good on her part, because you weren't totally there to manage it. I mean, you were catching up. This, you just released a little too soon. I think for right now, you need to make her stick this. So you're clearly crossing and in front of the contact before she's down in this position. And I think if you would have just stopped right where you are right now, it would have been better. And then you could have rewarded her, but you sort of keep moving and rotating out of it. Now she gets her contact, but if you're wanting to work on her contacts in trials, I think you need to stop right here. Just come to a dead stop and make her stop. I mean, it depends what you want to work on, but that's just my opinion. You managed to get that by some grace of God. Because I pulled Keegan off this too. So let's see what you do. You throw your arm up, but it's late. So you throw it up when she's landing. So she's already decided that she's coming this way, right? Because she decided that when she was taking off. And your arm's down. So as soon as you throw your arm up, she's like, oh, okay, I'll go out to that jump. So that was a really good dog. This was good. I think you probably called her off that. Called her off the weaves. You should try to get in the habit of using your body language more. Okay, so you're starting to veer off this way, which is good. But you still have your right hand up. So, and see, now your shoulders are turned that way, which is actually an extension cue. And she's actually looking forward. You can see her ears and everything, her head, and the way she's jumping this jump, she's jumping it totally straight. So, when she was right here, I probably would have put up my left arm and turned my shoulders into her a little bit. Because see how she's jumping totally perpendicular to that white jump? She didn't know that she was supposed to turn. And here you're turning your shoulders away from her, which is not a cue to come into you. She does it, but my guess is that you called her, and you can see by how hard she lands. Look at how hard she lands right here. So she didn't know until she was probably in the air that she was turning that way. And she's a really good dog, and she compensates for you that way. But physically, it will be easier on her if she doesn't have to land so hard. Oh, I think she went into the... Yeah, that's right. She wasn't supposed to go into the tunnel. Oh, I can't see anything. I'm sorry. I can't... This angle, I can't see what you're doing at all. So, sorry about that. I can see you're facing that way. But, shoot, I'm sorry. This was a hard course to film. Now, here, I don't know if you can leave her on the table. But you should, even if you have to wait until the countdown's over, leave her on the table, because watch you. You just, like, the count ends, and you walk really slowly this way. And then that causes her to come out of this tunnel and come this way, and then she's got to come back to the wheeze. So either lead out a little bit from the table, even if you have to wait till after the count is over, if you're trying to be careful. Or if you have to stay there, then run to this tunnel. Because if you run to that tunnel, it's going to make her accelerate into the tunnel and make her accelerate out of the tunnel. And see, you're just sort of like she's already ahead of you. And you're walking. And so she comes to you, and then you're like, oh, weave. So, I mean, she gets it, but, you know, don't put so much responsibility on her, I guess. You could have cued that a little bit better. But it was a pretty nice run. She's a really good girl.